So I think we talked about this earlier in the chapter. There's a common picture that's used with probability problems called a tree diagram. And a tree diagram, you can probably see why it's called that. Essentially it shows you how events can happen kind of branching off an original event. So in this experiment we're tossing a coin first, which means we could have heads or tails, and then we're spinning a spinner, and we could obviously get 1, we can get 2, and so on. I'm not going to draw the whole thing, it's already drawn for us on the left side. So we can use this to find these probabilities. Okay, probability of this first thing is saying what's the chance we toss a tail and spin an odd number. So I'm going to show you how to do this both with and without the diagram. Let's use the diagram first. Okay, so later on we'll talk about something called the multiplication rule. And multiplication rule basically means that whenever you see an and, you have to multiply the probabilities. So what's the chance of tossing a tail and getting an odd number? If we look at tails, it looks like there's 1, 2, 3, 4 cases where you'd have a tail and an odd number. Tail, and then you roll a 1, tail, you roll a 3, and so on. Okay. So there's 4 possibilities out of how many total? If you count up the total number here, it looks like there's 8 things that could happen with heads 1 through 8, and 8 things with tails. So 4 out of a total of 16, and that's another way of saying 1/4 chance that would happen. Second one says tossing a head or in probability means plus, and I'll save showing you how to do that for future sections, but for now we'll just use the diagram. Or spinning a number greater than 3. So tossing a head and getting greater than 3, I'm underlining these in red. Those are the 5. There looks like there's 5 outcomes out of a total of 16 that meet these conditions right here. So that's just a nice kind of visual way to find those probabilities.